I'm Wafa, an ex-investment banker, cubicle survivor, now turned career and wellness coach and speaker. In this channel, I love talking about health and wellness, self-care, burnout prevention, and fulfilling career transitions. If all of that is interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to not miss any further updates. Every time I host events, conferences, and workshops, one of the first questions I'm asked at the end of the event is,
why did you quit your job in finance?
I released a series of videos explaining my story about quitting finance and what led me to do that. And if you want to know more, click the link above in the info card to access my playlist on the topic. In today's video, I wanted to share with you 7 reasons to quit your job and 7 reasons to actually not quit your job and stay in it. Let's dive in. Reason number 1, you feel unfulfilled. When I talk about my story of quitting finance, I always share that it was because I felt unfulfilled and unaligned. I felt like I needed more connection, I craved more recognition, and also more meaning in my day-to-day job. Now, for you, feeling fulfilled may mean something totally different. Maybe what's important for you is to always be stimulated and engaged in something. You do not like to be bored. Maybe you love working in teams, or perhaps you prefer to be more on your own and not disturbed by so much noise in an open space. It's completely up to you. That's the reality. And so it is our job to all of us, no matter which industry, no matter which structure we work in, and no matter what stage of our career we're currently at, to make sure we take a moment to identify what fulfills us, what makes us happy and aligned where we are at this time. I've created a holy grail resource to help professionals figure out if they want to transition out of their job or not by understanding what are their core values and what fulfills them. If you're interested, click below to access my career transition mini career course. With 0 guesswork, you'll be guided to understand what you value in your career and what's not important to you so that you'll craft a career that fulfills you. Reason number 2, you work in a toxic environment. This is something I've talked about in one of my previous videos that you can access above in the info card. If you experience any form of abuse, harassment, or you feel completely disregarded by your management, perhaps it's time to leave. Because yes, when we're at a job, we learn a lot by doing, right? But it's also important to be trained and mentored and be given feedback to and interacting with other team members. This is why we work in teams, right? Otherwise, everyone would be solopreneurs. So if you're not getting what you're looking for out of your current team, perhaps that's a red flag, and that could be a reason that you may want to quit your job. Now, on the flip side, if you feel like your work environment is a safe space for you to learn and grow, both as an individual and a professional, then if that blends in with your vision for your career, then perhaps there's no reason to change at this period in time. That could be a description of a healthy space to develop and build your career. Number 3, you want to learn more skills. A lot of high achievers often quit their corporate jobs simply because they want to do an MBA or they want to get more certifications out there. And therefore that leads them to take a year off, maybe sometimes more, to get additional education. So applying for an MBA or applying for different schools to get additional certifications, whether in your field or in completely new different fields, is perfectly normal, and that is a very relevant reason for which you would consider putting your career on pause or quitting. Reason number 4 is that you need a visa to keep working there, or if you're lucky, you get a visa to work somewhere else. A lot of professionals that I talk to sometimes tell me, hey, I want to keep working in my current company, however, I know that my visa's up. How do I do? So I'm gonna have to quit, but I don't know what to do then. There we go. So generally, that's obviously a solid reason for which you would quit your job. Sometimes people know in advance, sometimes they're thrown off and surprised by the verdict and they don't get the visa that they've expected. Therefore, it's always good to keep your options open and keep mingling and networking with people in your field or in other fields, so that as soon as you know that you don't have the visa that you were expecting, it's good to know that you can piggyback on another opportunity. And obviously, if you're lucky and you got another visa that you've applied 4 years ago, it's definitely a good reason to quit your current job and shift your whole life to another country because it was your dream for years. And if you do that, just make sure that you have the appropriate savings so that you can, shift your life to another country or continent or city and, you know, have the time to search for a new opportunity there. Reason number 5, if you find a better opportunity somewhere else. It makes sense, right? If you get a better job somewhere else, of course, that's an amazing excuse to quit your job. I don't think there's much to say there. Obviously, that means that you've done your job, that you've networked, that you've been on the lookout, and there you go. You've gotten the written offer, so just make sure that you've gotten the written offer before you quit, and then, you know, you negotiate a leaving period if you're in Europe. Sometimes, you know, in Europe, at least in France, we need 2-3 months. You know, we need to tell our employer 2-3 months before you quit. That's by law. It's in the contract. And in other countries, like in the US, you don't need to tell them in advance. I mean, it's just courteous to tell them a couple of days before, a week before. So it really depends. Check what's written in your contract, check the laws in your country. Make sure, you know, you just tell them beforehand out of courtesy, no matter which country you're in. At least tell them way before so that they don't feel dropped. It's always good to keep good relations with people you work with because the world is small, as we like to say. Reason number 6 is because you want to take a sabbatical year. More and more millennials and Gen Zs now make that decision to just press pause on their career and take a year off. And I think that's a great thing. If you have the savings, if you have, you know, the finances to do that, it's always a good opportunity to just take a year off, take a couple of months off, take a sabbatical, have fun. Taking time off to get to know yourself and experience life is always something that will help you grow and develop as an individual. And by default, doing that helps you, in my opinion, become a better professional. So no matter how much time off you take, I truly believe that when you do decide to get back on track, get back in business, you'll come out grown and more wise after. So if that's you, go for it. Reason number 7 is that you want to discover something new, but you don't know what. Perhaps, you know, you've always wanted, you know, to open a YouTube channel just like this, or, you know, you wanted to start Twitch, or you wanted to develop your own startup. Go for it. And sometimes starting a project like that requires you to quit, and sometimes it doesn't have to. Obviously, I'm not recommending you to quit, just like I did. And I did that, you know, I quit finance to start my coaching business. All you need is just start it on the side, you know, on weekends and evenings, during your holidays, little by little, until it gets big enough that you can make a full switch. All in all, if you have an incline towards specific idea, go for it and just see in what capacity you can develop it and have it grow. There you have it. I shared 7 reasons that could justify you taking time off or quitting your current job. Obviously, if your current job really just satisfies everything that you're searching for, you feel like you're learning every single day, that you're growing as a better human, a better professional in your current job, then there's no reason why you should switch, you know. It's completely up to you. Just keep in mind these 7 reasons, and whenever you feel like you need, you know, to pay attention to one of these areas a little bit more, then perhaps consider your timeline when it comes to switching careers or pressing pause on your job. My hope with this video is that you grow more aware of your needs and what you want. Do you want to find more alignment, more fulfillment? Do you need some time off? Do you need to have more fun in your life? Do you need to learn more skills? Do you need to start a second side hustle? As you hear all those 7 reasons that could lead you to quit your job or press pause on it, is that you start learning and getting familiar with the idea that, hey, one of your needs can justify you to put yourself first before your career, because your career is not going anywhere. Your career is a result of your own self-development as an individual and as a professional. It's not the way around. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more videos to inspire you to build a more fulfilling career on your own terms without sacrificing your health and wellness, click videos on this screen to watch and enjoy them. See you soon. Bye.